Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry for this kind of creepy background. I didn't even realize where I posted up. But anyways, in this video I'm going to be attempting to make pipe cleaner flowers for my boyfriend for Valentine's Day. So I'm in a Hobby Lobby now. I literally didn't even realize that there were literal human faces behind me before I started recording this. Sorry that was a jump scare, but anyways, let's go find the pipe cleaners. I already went to the dollar store and got like it's called flower tape, but it's basically just like this green tape that I'm gonna put around the base of the flower. And I saw it in a few tutorials, but I need to get pipe cleaners and some sort of stick here. There were pipe cleaners at the dollar store, but I didn't love the options, so I came here. They do have better options, I will say. There's definitely like more color variations and just more in this pack for $3, so I'm probably gonna get this. But they still don't have a ton of options here, so that is kind of a bummer. They do have some of these like single colored packs, but they don't have any that's just green, which is really unfortunate because that's really what I need the most of. I got two just because this one also has some green and it's a smaller pack, but I might only get this big pack. I'm undecided yet, but I'm in the wood section right now looking for like little wooden dowels that I can use as the stems. I found exactly what I was looking for. This is about like the size that I'm using, so hopefully everything works like I'm wanting it to. Okay, I decided I'm just gonna go with this one pack because there is like a lot of green in here. Hopefully it's enough. I don't really know, and I can always like come back for more or try to go to a different craft store and get like just a green pack another time. Okay, I need to use my phone for a tutorial because I'm looking at tutorials on TikTok. So I won't really be able to film the first flower that I try to make, but I'm gonna try to make an entire bouquet, so I will film some of it at least. But let me show you guys everything I got. So I got this floral tape from the dollar store and this base from the dollar store, and then the wooden dowels and the pipe cleaners. I'm gonna start with separating these by color just so I can see really what we're working with. I obviously can tell to some extent, but I just want to see like what I've got so I can decide what colors I want to do for each flower, because I'm probably only going to be able to do one color per flower. So I really think I am going to need to go back and get more just green pipe cleaners, because I need to use green. Well, maybe not, because I really only need green for the leaves, because it's not like I'm wrapping the dowel in the green. So I actually might be okay with just this, but we'll see as I go. Okay, obviously I have to look up tutorials for each of these, but my initial ideas for what I want to do with each of these colors is I'm going to try to make like lavender with this one. And then I think I want to either do tulips in pink or orange. And then I would definitely want to do roses with the red. And if I end up doing the tulips in the orange, I'm probably going to do like lilies with the pink if I can. Because I saw lilies and they were really pretty, but they looked kind of the most difficult. So we'll see about that. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything with the blue, just because like I don't know if there are any natural blue flowers, and I don't know if there's a type of flower that I really like that I find on TikTok that like looks really cool, and I might do it in blue. But otherwise I'm probably not gonna do anything in blue, brown, or black. And then the white I'm gonna use to make daisies. And the yellow, I'm trying to decide if I want to make a flower out of it or not. This is going to be the last one that I make a flower out of, because if I do, I need to make sure I have enough, because I need to use it for the center of the daisies and if I do manage to make the lilies the center of the lilies as well. But anyways, white is daisies, purple is lavender, lilies, tulips, or I could make, oh, I could try to make like a tiger lily with the orange and brown. That might be asking for too much, but that would look really cool. I actually think I'm gonna do the lilies in orange anyways, just because I think tulips are cuter in pink. So tulips, lilies, maybe tiger lilies, and roses. It's Wednesday, Valentine's Day is Saturday, so I really got to get cracking on this. But this is going to be my new project. So I guess when they said flower tape, they just meant green ribbon, because there's nothing tape about this. It's not sticky at all. Unfortunately, my hot glue gun is at my grandma's house, so I don't have it here, but I'm going to see if I can use my nail glue that I have, because that's literally the only adhesive that I have. And I cannot wait to do this until this weekend, because I will have to do everything on Friday, and I can't do that. But let me show you what I'm working with so far since I'm here. The first lavender method I saw looked cuter, but I needed a hot glue gun, so I'm doing this method, and then I'll just stick my little stick in there and wrap this all with the green. Okay, I got my first flower done and I'm obsessed. I have it sitting in the cap of the nail glue right now, so don't worry about that. I'm trying to get the bottom to like fully close. I need like a little piece of tape or something just to secure it, the very last bit, in place, because it doesn't want to hold down. But it turned out way better than I expected, and honestly, like, the floral tape, it worked fine. It would be easier if it was actual tape, but it works enough. Alright, you guys, it's the next morning. I'm starting on my rose, and in order to make the rose, I need a lot more pipe cleaners, so I actually don't have enough to make 2 out of the red. So I actually might have to end up going back to get more pipe cleaners, or I might make a different colored rose. I'm gonna post the tutorials for all of these in the description, but here is the rose that I made. It turned out so good. These are honestly like way easier than I thought they were gonna be. They're just a little bit time consuming, but yeah, I was worried that these were gonna be like really difficult and they weren't gonna turn out good at all, but these are turning out so good. Okay, I'm about to go to the dining hall to make some food, but it takes forever to cook in the dining hall, so I like to bring something with me, so I thought I would bring my pipe cleaner flowers. So I'm gonna make a lily while I'm down there. So I'm grabbing my stick, and then I'm gonna grab my orange and my brown, because I am gonna try to make the tiger lily. I also think I am gonna make a flower in blue, just because the red, literally, like, I have 4 left. I don't have enough for another rose, like I said earlier, so I kind of need like some more flowers to put in there. I also think I'm gonna do lilies of the valley with the white, and then just any extra white make the daisies, because the daisies barely take any pipe cleaners. And I feel like you can also kind of do like multicolored daisies, so I could do like just make daisies out of any extra colors that I have. I just finished the lily and it turned out so cute. I do kind of wish that the petals were a little bit thicker. I'm not really sure what I did wrong, but everyone else's petals were like thicker than mine are, but it's okay. Maybe they just use more pipe cleaners, but to be honest, I don't really have the pipe cleaners to spare. So I should have enough for another lily. So I'm gonna make 2 of these. I'm at kind of a standstill with the lily of the valley. They're okay, but I don't really like them, so I might not finish them. And then this was another one that I did. They're really not great, the tutorial I was watching, I think they had like longer pipe cleaners, so they was like able to make it better, because it's just not working with my pipe cleaner. Like they wrap it more times around the lighter than I can with my pipe cleaner. But I've started working on the tulips. I have one petal so far. Alright you guys, I have the final reveal for you. Sorry about the lighting with like this weird thing going on right here. I put my blinds down, but it is still like really bright. Anyways, here's the final reveal. So the flowers that I have in here, I have a bunch of different kinds. So I'm going to show you guys all of them. The rose is my favorite. I think it turned out the best. I loved this rose so much that I decided to make a blue one as well. But I was running out of the green pipe cleaner, so it only has one leaf. I do like the 3 leaves better, and I wish I had more green pipe cleaners, but I think that the 1 leaf looks cute, and not all of them have leaves, but I think there's enough leaves with the whole bouquet that it looks fine. And then I made these little daisies. I made the purple and blue daisies on this same stick before I made the blue rose because I wanted some blue going on in there. But I do still like the way that it looks, them all being on the same one. I think it's really cute. And my white daisy turned out pretty good with the little like centerpiece here. Okay, I could not stand that lighting, so the windows still at me a little bit, but it's better. Next, I made this, well, not next, but next up, we have this little rosebud that I made. I made it the same way as the tulips, which I'll show you guys in a second. I wanted some more red in there because I just love this red color. I think it looks so, it's just such a nice red, especially with the dark green floral tape that I bought. It just looks so pretty. And then these are the tulips that I made. I made one tulip that is a 4-petal tulip, which I think looks a little bit better, but I ran out of the pink pipe cleaner, so I couldn't make another 4-petal tulip. So I have a 3-petal tulip as well, which when I go home today, I'm going to take these with me, and I need to glue the seams because as you can see, there's a little bit of gapping going on there. So I'm going to glue it all together, and I think that that's going to make it look better. But yeah, I just like halved the size of these while I was making it, and that's how I made the rosebud. The next one are this little baby's breath that I made. This one is not actually like a baby's breath tutorial that I saw. It was just like a little filler flower. So I made a yellow one as well. But I think that the white one looks like baby's breath, so that's what I'm gonna call it. But this one, I'm just calling a filler flower. And then my lavender stalks, I ended up making 4 of them because I had a bunch of extra purple and they're extremely easy to make. So these 2 don't have any leaves on them, and then these 2 do. They just have these little like curly cute leaves, which I don't love the way that these look, but from the tutorial, that's how they looked like they made them. So I just did these, and again, like in the bundle, you can't even really tell. And I know there's another way that you can make lavender with like glue, but I didn't have any glue obviously. So if you don't have glue, there's this method, but you guys can, like, if you're looking to make lavender and you don't like the way that those look, there's another method out there. And then I ended up making the lily of the valley, which I think actually turned out really good. I saw someone like take one of their pipe cleaners and like hook it to another one to make it a little bit longer. So I ended up doing about 1.5 pipe cleaners for these, some of them a little bit less than 1.5, and then I did end up putting the like uglier ones on here that I showed you before, but I think like with the other ones you can't even tell that it's like a little ugly one. It just looks smaller, like it looks intentional. And I think that the Lily of the Valley turned out so good. I honestly want to make one of these for myself and just like have an entire bouquet of Lily of the Valley because that's my birth flower. But I think it turned out so cute. I love Lily of the Valley. And then last are my tiger lilies. Originally, I was wanting to do like 2 of the stripes with the brown, but the way that the tutorial was, like, that wasn't really gonna work. I also think I need to trim down the, what are these things called? I want to say stipend, but that's absolutely not the word. I don't know. Stolma? I'm like right there, but it's not correct. I think I need to trim them down on this one because like this one I was able to push them in further, but these ones I couldn't push in as far, so they're a little bit long. But anyways, these are my tiger lilies. I ended up just doing the brown on the outside because that's where it worked, but I think it still looks really cute. And then I put the leaves on this one, and I didn't have any green, so there's no leaves on this one. But like I said, there's enough leaves and green in here that it doesn't look bad. So now I'm going to assemble the bouquet. I did have it already in the vase, but I just like threw everything in there. So now I'm going to assemble the bouquet. I did attempt to take this sticker off before and it did not want to come off. So I will not be taking the sticker off, but let's just assemble it with the sticker on. I think I want to do my rose first just because I know I want this like front and center. I love this rose so much. It looks so pretty. So I'm just gonna hold this in place. And then I also want my Lily of the Valley in front. So I'm gonna put this like next to my rose here. And I think I want one of my lilies peeking up. I might do the one without the leaves because it's kind of getting stuck. This is as the front. All right. I'm gonna set this down. You guys can't see it, but I don't want it to move because I'm like holding it weird. Okay, I think this is the best we're gonna get. So the lighting might be a little weird. Like if I back out, the sun is blinding me, but I think this is the best we're gonna get here. So I'm just not really gonna be in frame, but my flowers will be, and that's what counts. Okay, next I want to add in my daisies because these are like one of a kind. I don't know. I only have one of this type of flower. I'm going to throw my tulips in the back here because they're a little bit taller. So I think they'll kind of show through. Right. I'm going to take my other lily and put it back here to take up a good amount of space. That's the nice thing about these lilies is they take up so much space in the bouquet that you actually don't have to make that many more flowers. Same with the roses. Not as much space, obviously, but they also take up a good amount of space. And then I'm gonna add my little baby's breath right in the center here so that you can kind of see it from the front, but also it's more of a top view flower. And then I'm just gonna add my other little fillers in. So I'm gonna put my yellow baby's breath back here, and my rosebud I'm gonna put back here. And then my lavender sticks. Do one in the front here. One right here. Coming out the back. And coming out the back over here. All right, here's my bouquet. Little 360. I think it looks so good. I'm actually so like proud of how it turned out. I was not expecting them to turn out this good. I think that's why I love the rose so much because it looked exactly like the tutorial. All the other ones like don't look as good as the tutorial, but the roses just turned out so good. I'm so obsessed with them. Alrighty, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you want to see more from me. Also, like I said before, all of the tutorials for each of these flowers are going to be in the description below. And if you guys want to try any of them, please do. And I don't know if you can comment pictures, but if you can, comment pictures of the flowers that you guys try, or you can DM me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram somewhere on the screen because I want to see what you guys create as well if you decide to make these yourself. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. But yeah, that's it for me, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.